Here we are at Pacific Raceways for the Seattle 100. It's a 2¼ mile, 9-turn road course. And I'm going out for the fourth session of the day here just after lunch. I missed a starting horn, so the main group is out in front of me here. So I have some clear track to get my tires warmed up and have some fun out there. So this area right here is the bus stop. They cone that off there to give you slower entry speed to the straightaway here, which is broken up into two sections by an area that we call the chute, which is coming up ahead. And then out onto the second section here where you reach your top speeds well over 160 miles an hour. Right hand turn there, turn one, just a little right kink, and into a big 180-degree left-hander here, turn two. It's pretty bumpy on the right hand side of the track there, so you want to try to stay inside the line there all the way to the exit of the turn, which I didn't really do. And here we are down the hill into turn 3. Turn 3 and 4 are also opposing 180-degree turns, and it's just about the slowest part of the racetrack, with the exception of the bus stop there. Leads you on to out of turn 4 leads you on to the back straight here, which is uphill. There's a little rise here. The front wheel wants to come up, and you go down into the dip here and get on the brakes right about there. And of course, then the back end wants to get light. So you're into turn 5, 6, and 7, which kind of rides like S's, I guess, for lack of a better term. Turn 7 leads you up the hill here, back around to the main part of the racetrack. So there's a good bump just on either side there, so you want to try to come up in the middle of all these lanes at turn 8 and tip it into turn 9 here, which leads you back around to the bus stop. So that's one full lap there, and usually take 2 to get warmed up, get the tires warmed up there. And so we're going to go ahead and fast forward it through this next section here, where we catch up to somebody else. Okay, so we fast forwarded through one lap there, and we're back into real time. And you might be able to see there's somebody just up ahead that I was able to catch up to there. And my tires are good and warm now on lap 3, so I'm going to ring this thing out up ahead and see if I can catch up to them there. And I'm back on the main straight right here. I'm picking up some speed. And you got to push on the handlebars pretty good to get it through the chute there cleanly and get yourself lined up for the end of this concrete wall here, which get you set up for the next turn 2. And I'm on a 2001 R1, which is a 1000cc sport bike that has been modified to race on the track. That's an engine. And there I run over those bumps that for some reason I never seem to be able to miss. Back down into turn 3 and 4 here. It takes me the rest of this lap to get close enough to actually catch up and get past this guy here. So I'm just going to go ahead and be quiet and listen to that Yamaha scene. Okay, so here I've caught up pretty close here. It's a lot closer than it looks on the camera, and this area is pretty hairy through here, so you want to That's it, play nice and kind of take it easy through there. And again, this is a charity ride today, so we'll just try to slip past lightly there on the inside. Nice and smooth before you tip it in, turn 2, and then put as much distance as you can in between you and him down the hill. And of course, even though we're out there just for a track day, it's all I'm always thinking just like I want to go as fast as possible. So I'll continue on a couple laps here, and actually I'll catch up to Josh Hayes here. So I'm going to cut this part out and move on to that. So Josh Hayes is one of the pro AMA racers that was out there riding in the event that day. He rides for Arian Honda, and he just recently won the Formula Extreme Championship there in the AMA. And a few laps later in the same session, I actually catch up to him in a group here. He's riding one of the bikes provided by the host, Too Fast, right there on the right. And I noticed his leathers right away and recognized him immediately. So I thought it was pretty cool to be falling right behind one of the pros. Yeah, right here he goes around this guy, and I follow him down the hill where he backs it into turn 3, which is where he slides the back end around using the back brake and gets the nose pointed into the corner there. So I don't know if you can see it in the slow motion here, but the bike is actually sliding, or the rear end is sliding around sideways, and you can't see it in the camera, but smoke was pouring off the back tire, and I thought it was pretty cool. So then just around turn 4 here, he tries to pop a little wheelie, then looks over his shoulder and pulls off to the side and lets me fly by. So of course I want to try to go along at a good pace here and be as fast as I can possibly be, and I'm sure I'm all over the place and all over that bike, and I'm thinking, oh great, yeah, he's right behind me. And he's probably looking at me thinking, this guy's all over that bike and going to take us both out here and end my season if I don't get away from him. So I don't know if he pulled off the track or what shortly after, but I never did see him again out on the track. But I thought it was pretty cool there to run into him. Aaron Govert was another one of the pro AMA racers that was out there riding in the event that day. He also rides for Arian Honda and is actually Josh Hayes' teammate. And I also saw him out there on the track briefly, actually even more brief than when I saw Josh. So to kind of set this up, at a different session in the daytime, I was out kind of riding around with these guys here, having some fun for a few laps, thinking we're pretty fast. And we're just coming around the turn 9 here, getting back into the bus stop, and at this point I have no idea where Govert is. I don't know if he's behind me or what, but I'm about to find out pretty quickly here, in a place where I think my bike is just about one of the fastest. So I just lightly let up, and boom, he goes flying by me there in the chute there, which is, a pretty tight area. And yeah, it gives me an idea just how fast I'm going. So just about the time I think he's going to disappear, I see that he actually gets held up by another group of riders here. Yeah, and I'm thinking, great, I'm actually held by traffic, which is pretty cool because I wanted to be able to get up behind him and follow another one of these pro racers around here. But they get on this back straight here and just pretty much disappear, and I'm trying all I can to keep up with them there, to not lose touch. So I actually follow them around for another lap here for a while and get to check them out. And again, I've got a lot better view than it appears in the camera. I can see pretty well, but once we get back around on the straightaway, he disappears in a hurry, and I don't see him again after that till we get back into the pits. And it looks like he's already trying to go around. There's one of those guys there on the outside. It looks like he wants to get around him in a hurry, but sure, he's not in a hurry to crash with any of these amateurs. And plus, he's riding a brand new Honda CBR 1000 that was donated for the auction later on at the dinner event after the track part. So right up here, he pretty much just slices his way right through everybody and disappears off into the horizon. And I don't see much of after him again. Yeah, he's gone. He's gone through those riders, and as we go through turn 1 here, if you look up ahead there, he's already halfway through turn 2 and disappearing fast. So yeah, again, that's the last I see of him, and the video goes on for another 4 or 5 minutes here, riding around the track with these guys, but that's pretty much all I've edited in for this portion of it. But it was a great day. I had a lot of fun, made it out of there safe. Again, it was a blast to be able to ride with those pro racers, and had a lot of fun. I can't say thanks enough to everybody who supported me there one way or another, and especially all the donations. It was great. It's something I wouldn't have been able to do on my own, and I definitely look forward to doing it again next year. So thanks again to everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I definitely enjoyed out there riding it, making it. Didn't go smoothly, but it was definitely a blast. Thanks again.